So next we have Pagoda Park by
Rogerregorroger. Same guy who animated all those cool Sonic animations.
All of the
forever same in the
Sonic what in X minutes.
I agree, Spectorious.
So,
I used to watch him a lot.
So I have kind of the same thoughts about this map as I have about that entire level pack that this person made, and that is basically that the complete dedication to custom resources is really impressive to me. Although I'm not quite sure the art style fits in with SRB2 very much, but I can understand doing its own thing.
I'm personally not a massive fan of the art style myself, but the actual effort, once again, I know from personal experience, making an entire texture set does take time. So the effort is definitely nothing to scoff at, in my opinion.
Well, and so there's the art style of the textures, but I feel like the world seems to have a really nice scale to it.
Yeah, it's pretty nicely scaled. I feel like I usually have enough room to move around, especially in this early section. I'm not sure I can say the same about the rest of it, though.
See, that's something I disagree with. I think this level runs into the same issue as his level pack, where it's all way too cramped, and your camera doesn't have enough room to move, and neither do you.
I do agree with Kwiin on that for the indoor sections in particular, because they are very rectangular and quite cramped.
Yes.
So
but the outdoor sections are fine, in my opinion.
Oh.
So large section that I like a lot less.
Hey, Kwiin, do you want to mention that invisible wall thing?
Where?
So, let me check where Lars is, so I can make sure the stream understands what I'm talking about here. If you keep going, the room after this, Lars, I think, is the one I want to talk
I went backwards. About. Yeah, this way?
Yeah, on the lower path down here. So this section, try jumping off and falling. Like, when you get out of this, yeah, try jumping off and falling. So you can't. There's invisible walls, but if you switch to tails.
This is an issue with this level pack too.
I want you to fly up and just keep hugging against the wall until you realize. Oh, yeah. So this invisible wall is actually just a really, really tall blank mid texture.
Whoa.
And
whoa.
As much as I want to say that obviously I have a problem with invisible walls in the first place and used like that, but if you must, please just use the impassable line def check mark on your lines.
Oh, what's even funnier is that once you go over, if you land on any of the solid ground there, it's a death pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Otherwise, this area where you dash down, the aesthetic of those buildings there, and the whole where you see them in the distance and you're just kind of zooming towards them, it looks really nice. It's one of the highlights of this stage in particular. But then you get to the stairs that don't have the stair sector effect on them.
Yeah, that's another complaint I've had with Roger's maps.
Yeah, I had actually
the
told him
stairs
about
are
it.
set up a little weird.
See, I was prepared for that because I had given him a tutorial after a Boom's Zoo of Doom release, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks. I'm gonna put this in my levels, but the OLDC deadline is over, so I can't fix Pagoda."
That's understandable. Damn. There's so many little tricks in Zone Builder that I can totally understand if you just don't know.
I'm still
that whole invisible mid texture trick. It's actually pretty impressive that you could even think of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably just better to check on Discord and ask someone for help on how to make an invisible wall like that, and they'd probably have a much better solution.
Yeah, the impassable flag.
Yeah.
And so, as someone who's been around for so as someone who cut my teeth on the game in 109.4, it's in my head the impassable flag means it's a one-sided line now.
Oh, you can actually just do it whenever you want.
And maybe in 1094, the impassable flag didn't work because we needed Thok barriers, so I just kind of just went out of practice. But now you can, and so that's weird.
I do it all the time.
And cool. For me, it took me by surprise the idea that you could do that outside of one-sided blind house.
See,
Yeah, it's a little weird getting into the mindset of like trying to use less stock barriers because a lot of people still use them a lot, and it makes a lot of maps look like canyons.
Actually, yeah, I got complaints for not Hulk Host with my Thok barriers, like, oh, this looks kind of cringe, which is odd because Green Flower Act 1 was a level I looked to constantly to compare against my level.
Wait.
Well, unfortunately,
Apollyon,
Green Power is cringe.
was Zoltan the one who told you that?
I don't remember at this point, but
If
I
it
do
was-
know at least one person complained about it.
If it was Zoltan, then she vehemently hates Green Flower 1 as well, and Thok berries in general, and she's the person who will just like comment on something with just Thok berry or cringe, and that's it.
I mean, not wrong. Not wrong.
I mean, I think I had a few comments about your Thok barriers in my OLDC review too, but I think it was in terms of like the way that when two Thok barriers came together, it didn't look physically right. I don't. Did you
That's
see
like
my
kind
review
of.
that?
I remember seeing you say something like that because I did watch your video about Not Hulk Ghost.